In today's episode of Manabonded, Nate practices his best patronizing voice against his opponents.
Basically just be overly enthusiastic about the things they're doing. I'm like, whoa, an 8-8 with Annihilator 2?
Josh complains about his awful Christmas haul. You're expecting something big to happen, and occasionally nothing happens. Zack calls for the vegan revolution.
All vegans rise up right now. This is your moment.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Manabonded, a Magic the Gathering advice show where we take your questions, blend them up, chug them, and run sprinting around in the snow. I'm Josh, your host, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Nate and Zack. Say hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
Oh, magic cards, I wish I could buy more of you.
And that is the vibe we are feeling this year. I feel like that is the vibe of the year for me.
I think for me it's a little bit of a please stop making product. Please stop making product.
For real
though. Much product.
Yeah,
there's a ton of stuff coming out so quick. Spoiler season's not even a thing anymore. It's just forever.
Yeah.
I think I'm the whaliest of the three of us, and I am
for sure.
Stop.
Yeah.
Literally, I can't even keep track of the singles I need to get for every set.
I don't keep track of anything at this point. I just, I open packs up, and if it's a card I like, I go, oh, cool. But, other than one or two packs at Walmart every now and again, I don't buy stuff anymore, guys. I'm so broke.
Hey, you got the Cabbage Man from Walmart, though.
I did get the Cabbage Man from Walmart. No, I have good luck
Cabbage Merchant.
Yeah. I have good luck with Walmart packs sometimes. I was in high school.
Hashtag not sponsored by Walmart.
Yeah, no, thank you. I won't shill for them, no matter how hard they sponsor. But no, in high school on a band trip, I bought a bundle of Theros because I could, or maybe it was one of those 3 packs or whatever. Anyway, I opened it up while on the band trip, and I pulled a foil Thoughtseize, which at the time was 50 something bucks, and I was like, all right, cool, that's really neat.
Good old gambling.
Yep. And then proceeded to later trade it to me.
I think I did, yeah.
It all comes back to Nathaniel. It all comes back.
You did. I still have that foil Thoughtseize.
Yeah. Well,
Josh, you gotta sign that card.
Part of me just wants to send it back to you just for the lulz.
Yeah, every
Christmas present?
Every expensive card
that
any of us have ever opened, it eventually makes its way to Nathaniel. My force of will.
We should shout out Tristan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
who sent some Christmas presents to you guys.
Yeah, no, he sent us some crazy cool stuff. So what did he send you, Nate?
Oh man, I can never remember his name, but I just call him the clock guy.
Tristan. His name's Tristan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Tristan. Yeah, that's right. Tristan is the clock guy. I got the mystery booster.
I think it's Rusco.
I think it's Rusco.
Yeah, it's Rusco.
Something. Rusco.
Cusco. The poison for Cusco. Rusco. The clock for Rusco? Yeah.
Yeah. Rusco Clockmaker. He is the guy that was originally in Arena, and then they printed him in Mystery Boosters 2 as a crossover. He costs 2, a blue, and a black for a 3/3. That when he enters the battlefield, you conjure a card named Midnight Clock. Put it on the battlefield. So conjure is an arena only mechanic where you just grab a card that is from the conjure whatever list. This guy is very specific. It's a Midnight Clock. Some of them have a list of spells you can get. There's also the Magus of the Alpha or Power.
Oracle of the Alpha is
Oracle of the Alpha.
You're thinking of.
Yeah. Oracle of the Alpha that's just here, have power, put it in your deck. And so that was another one. He got me this guy because I actually love Midnight Clock. It's one of my favorite cards ever printed.
It is a cool card.
I know.
Yeah,
it is a cool card. A couple weeks ago, we talked about those white whales. I did not bring up Roscoe, but he definitely is one of the white whales that I was going for. And now I don't need to go for him anymore because I got him.
Yeah.
You were on the salty seas. You had your harpoon. You found the whale.
I found the whale right as he gets banned in
Or
Arena.
Tristan found the whale.
Yeah. I know he's banned in that weird brawl challenge they put out.
Like brawl. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that weird
That's a
brawl
question for you guys.
challenge. I'm like,
Do you think conjure cards should be like legal cards in Commander? Like I feel like the Oracle one and like Rusko, I feel like you could run pretty easily in a
It
like just have copies of Midnight Clock
becomes-
next to you, or
Depends.
like have the copies.
Yeah, I don't think you could because it gets complicated when you're shuffling things in. So the way the Oracle of the Alpha, I don't think could ever be a card, right? Because it takes one copy of each of the Power 9, which for those who don't know, that is the 9 quote most powerful cards in Magic. They include the 5 Mox, the 0 mana artifacts that tap for one specific color, as well as Time Twister, Time Walk, which is an extra turn spell, Ancestral Recall, which just lets you draw 3 cards, and Black Lotus, the classic. All 9 of those cards, you just shuffle them straight into your deck. But it's a little trickier to do in paper because you have to have some way to sleeve them in matching sleeves or have them in paper and put them in. And I don't think that can ever happen. However, Rusko the Clockmaker absolutely could have been a paper card because all it needed to do was, say, create a Midnight Clock token. And that's definitely something they've done before with the Tarmogoyf Precon with Modern Horizons 3. It made a ton of Tarmogoyf tokens, which were a previously known card. So I don't think there was any reason that Rusko couldn't have just been a paper card.
Right. I think Conjure as a mechanic in some ways could be added to the game. I do feel like Josh kind of hit the nail on the head with it's weird when you shuffle things in. But if it is a thing like Roscoe or a thing like a couple of their cards that are like, hey, conjure a copy into your hand, I feel like that would be a thing that's doable. You would have to jump around the extra sleeves thing for a lot of this stuff, but I don't feel like it's completely out of the realm of possibilities for Conjure to be a thing in paper. It'd be a nightmare to track and keep track of, but
yeah, I don't see it ever being something they try to bring as mechanics of ways to put cards in your hand or your deck. I think if anything, they would just rewrite the cards to say make the equivalent token to the battlefield, but I don't think they'd ever touch the ones that conjure into your hand or whatever.
Yeah, but I know there's Scarf Eye, which can make a copy of a card or cast a copy of a card.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's already a legal thing that kind of does a conjuring thing.
Yeah.
But the shuffling and going into the deck could be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, you can do it directly onto the stack. That's fine. But when you have to have a copy of the card to put into a zone other than the field, it gets very complicated. Just logistically speaking with the paper, you know.
All right.
But
new thing decided when I built my Commander cube. We're putting conjure cards in there, proxy conjure cards, just make it more complicated.
All right, well that's on you. I'm not printing any of those for my use. But Tristan, apparently he listened to that episode about talking about white whales. I don't know what episode it was he was listening to, but immediately after he texted me and he asked for my address. I gave it to him, and he sent me a gift as well. And I was not expecting it at all, but I went and I got the package. I opened it up, and he sent me a artist proof of my favorite commander of all time, Rune of the Hidden Realm, signed by the artist himself. So I am very happy about that. It is super cool. It's the first ever artist proof I've ever owned. It is incredible to have. And now I will be on the lookout if I'm ever at a con. And Steve Prescott, the artist for this card, if he's ever there, I'm going to have to hand him this proof and have him do a doodle on the back as well.
No, 100%. I will warn you, doodles can be interesting with prices. They're going to vary from like 15 to a simple sketch to like hundreds of dollars, depending on how complicated you want it to be. So,
I don't need it to be complicated.
Do you guys want to explain our artist proof for people who might not know what they are?
Oh yeah, artist proof. It's basically like when an artist does work for Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast will send them over effectively like a test card where it has the front of the Magic card looking as it will on the finished product with their art and, the text box, the mana cost, the name, all that stuff is on there. But the back is a blank white. That's it. It's just blank and white. There's nothing there. And so these are called artist proofs because they send it to the artist, basically say, is this good? Are we good to go? The artist will okay it, and the artist generally gets 50 to 100 of them, depending on the set, depending on the card. And the artist is then told, do what you want with them. And most artists will use them to sell. They will sign them or leave them blank. Sometimes they'll doodle on that blank white back. Yeah, but they'll usually sell them to the community.
Yeah, if you're at a convention and you go to an artist booth, almost always they will have a binder with their proofs there that you can buy. Depending on the artist, you can
and the card.
and the card. Some artists will sign for free if you buy an artist proof. Some artists still charge for a signature just like any other card. Most artists will charge you if you want to have a doodle on the back, and those can range depending on the artist, depending on how busy they are on, if they can, $15 for a simple sketch up to, I think some of them like Steve will do a couple $100 for alters of
Steve
cards
Argyle?
Steve Argyle.
Okay.
He'll go upwards, but he'll spend like hours on it. Like he'll make really sick art on the back of the cards if you do it, and he'll be like, okay, I'll do it, come find me the last day. And often they'll also get they'll also get like your phone number, so that way if it's done they can be like, hey, come get it.
That's really cool.
And so
that is really cool.
Artist proofs are a sick way that Wizards still supports the artists, and picking them up just gives you a cool little piece that you can play with in your commander decks, because they are technically not legal Magic cards, but I have never had anybody say, oh, you can't play that, when I'm like, I got this artist proof. Because I've got Commander, like the original Commander extra set where they had the Soul Ring extended arts. I got foils of those for, I think it was either $10 or $15 a piece for the foil ones. And that one was nuts. The artist signed them for free. Shout out to the main artist guy from Soul Ring, the main one that you see all the time. That guy's fantastic. I don't think it's the OG art, but it's like the art that they've used for years. Just like the ring with like the light coming out the sides.
Oh yeah.
He is super cool guy.
Mike
super
Bierek.
Nice. Yes. He's also a tattoo artist that I think lives in California. And so
think he's ever tattooed a Soul Ring before?
Oh, well, more than a
probably.
few.
I'm sure he's tattooed plenty, but he if you're into tattoos and you want to get a tattoo from Magic artist, when I saw him at Vegas a couple years ago for Magic 30, he was talking to people he saw with tattoos. He's like, hey, if you want to hit me up. So
there was a secret layer that was kind of like tattoo art-ish at one time.
Yeah, one of the earliest ones.
It was very,
Yeah, I looked it up. Most artists are given around 50 artist proofs, and generally a couple extra foil artist proofs, depending on the card. So less than 100 generally exist of each card's artist proof. So yeah, having one is basically having one of like
a piece of history
to exist.
Yeah.
Right. And it's very cool.
Artist proofs were basically the early serialized cards. Like,
I was like, Wizards, get out of here with your serialized cards. Get out of here. We got artist proofs.
Some artists, they will even number them. Like the Fairies Protection that I talked about last week that I got at Nexus is 31 of 50 for his non-foil. I almost picked up a foil, but I'd already spent a lot of money, and I couldn't justify jumping from $80 to $300 for the artist proof.
Yeah.
If I'm doing that, I'm probably going to be like, hey, can I just make it like $500 and you do a 6 sketch on the back for me?
Right. I have a playmat that me and a bunch of the guys in the TIAM Discord, we commissioned Gold Sabertooth to do a playmat for TIAM. And for those who don't know, Gold Sabertooth, he does a lot of playmat artworks in this very unique style, but he's known for doing a lot of CEDH commanders as playmats, and he's done them for all the big ones, the Blue Farm decks, the Rogsai decks, Kinnan and Sisay. And the TIAM Discord was like, oh, well, we should get a TIAM mat commissioned. So they all pooled their money and had these made. And so it came out right around my birthday, so I spent some money and I bought one of the playmats, and it came serialized. So I have number 7 of 50 of his playmats
Nice.
in this run. So
That's sick.
yeah.
Lucky number 7.
Exactly. All right, well, you guys ready to get to some questions? Try to help people out best we
Heck
can.
yeah.
Which isn't a lot, but
Hop to it then.
we try. All right. First question we're going to get to is, how do you assess threats in a game of Commander or CEDH? Often players talk about threat assessment and trying to figure out what to remove, what to focus on, and things of that nature. So, Nate, why don't you go through, what are some of your threat assessment tips that you have?
Threat assessment tips that I usually go for are looking at cards and seeing how they interact specifically with the commander. Like if I had one this last week that I kind of spaced on, but I didn't have any interaction to deal with anyways. So they were doing the Naya +1/+1 counter commander. Now whenever you put a counter on them, or counter on anything you have, they deal damage to a player. Well, they got out Heliod, and the one that if you gain life, you can put a counter on them. The walking ballista guy.
Yeah.
Well, they just gave that to their commander, swung with their commander, and then killed the table. Specifically keeping an eye out for those commanders that are like, hey, or those cards that interact with the commander very well and kind of enable the commander to do some silly things.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a little trickier, require a little bit more reading, but that's the main one I do. And then also just knowing how cards work. That's an unfortunate thing of Magic, is sometimes you just got to know what the cards do. And I've been around for a long time, so a lot of cards I'm just like, that card is scary.
Yep.
We need to deal with it.
Yeah, no, it's very common to just look at a card and other people, don't really have any recollection of it. For the old school players, if they see, what is it, a Peregrine Drake or a Palancron come down, you know that something's about to go very wrong. Those are cards that, they were part of this dumb thing they did back in the Urza's block, which had many problems. But when they entered, you got to untap an amount of lands basically equal to their mana value. So if you could blink them for like 2 mana, you make 5 mana. And nobody ever did anything fair with those guys. They were always super broken. So one of the things is just kind of knowing what cards do, knowing what cards are used for, and understanding, the A-B combos without necessarily needing to see the other half. You see one piece come down and you're like, I think I know what's about to happen. Zach, what's your strategy?
You sit down at the table. You gotta assess all 3 of your opponents. You gotta look them in the eye, understand where they're coming from. Who are they? Who are they inside? You gotta be able to see into their souls. You gotta adjust to their body language. You have to know what they're thinking before they're thinking it. So you got to make sure to assess them before the game even begins. You should probably assert dominance, maybe jump on the table and scare them a little bit. They'll never see it coming. Maybe throw a card, throw some cards at them.
Okay.
Maybe shuffle, a riffle shuffle. Riffle shuffle your unsleeved deck. They'll never see it coming.
Okay.
That is a legit strat I do in draft. If my draft deck is less than $5 in value, I just riffle shuffle it.
Yeah.
Threat assessment, because you are the threat.
Become the threat. That way, you don't have to worry about threat assessment, because everyone will just be focused on you.
Hooray!
Yeah.
I know. For real, threat assessment's pretty tough to learn. In general, it's a lot of. I think the number one thing you need to do is know your deck well, because you need to know what you're trying to do, because then you can know what stops you or what's going to prevent you from doing your thing. If I'm playing a Winota deck, I like having a lot of creatures. I like having things that can attack. So seeing a player who is in black or blue, they might have higher chances of getting a Toxic Deluge or a Cyclonic Rift or something that's going to really disrupt my game plan. So
Make
just
you a sad boy.
assessing who is going to stop me the most and who needs to die first before they can do that. I know
Yeah.
like Black has Toxic Deluge. It's a great way to get through your protection spells, like your Flawless Maneuvers and your Akroma's Will, stuff like that.
Heroic interventions.
Heroics interventions, yeah. So like just knowing, and they also have Black has a lot of good tutors, so it's a lot easier for them to find that. So just assessing who is going to be the biggest problem to stopping my deck from doing what it wants to do, and then focusing on them first. Obviously, that is subject to change throughout the game depending on how things are going. Like if that player has like one land and they're not doing anything, clearly they're not the problem to you at that moment. But
Right.
I do want to add in something I just thought of when Zach was going on there is when you're looking at things and you have cards, specifically stuff like Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile, a big problem that newer players have is their removal burns a hole in their pocket and they want to use it.
Yes.
Like they want to use it right now to be as optimal as they can with your mana. And that's a bad idea. If you're gonna, you can leave that mana up so that way you can path something later or have the potential for pathing something. But if you don't use it by the good time your turn comes around, that's fine. You didn't use the path, you might need it later. I've had games where I've used path early on and then it bit me in the butt because something scarier came out like a turn
100%.
later.
Yeah.
But it's also, you also got to think that the threat is not a threat to you directly unless it's attacking you. Like if this player A has a 10/10 commander out and they are like spooky and you have a Swords to Plowshare, like sure you could swords it, but it doesn't mean it's coming at you.
Yeah.
So you don't have to use that swords until it is a direct threat to you. You have two other players that are also possible targets for that creature. Like, and they also might have a way of removing it, and then you don't have to use your removal on it.
Yeah, it was something the Command Zone talked about recently. Just because there's a threat on the board doesn't mean that you need to blast it immediately, you know? There are two other players in the game who also may not want that around. So wait until the last possible moment when it is a threat to you, right? If somebody's attacking with a 10/10 at you, now it's probably time to remove it. But if it's a 10/10 attacking another player, that's not your problem. You know, stay in your lane, let somebody else handle it, and just whistle while you work and set up your combo. You know, just keep your head down, keep focusing, hold that removal, be ready to use it, but also just be fine holding on to it.
Another good tip is anyone drawing cards.
Yes.
Probably pretty big threat. Because drawing cards wins games, 100%. Your deck should be drawing cards in some way. And if someone's drawing a ton of cards, they're going to have way more options than everyone else. So they are definitely the threat.
Yeah.
You drop a Ristic Study, insta threat.
Yeah, look for players who are drawing a bunch of cards or who are playing a bunch of lands or mana sources. Those are the players who are going to be able to do more things quicker than the rest of you, and it will become a threat to you. So focus on them. I would say one of my ways that I will sort of pre-game threat assess, and this isn't always flawless, right? But I like to ask how long people have been playing, because generally the longer somebody's been playing Magic, the better they are, and that's not a direct relationship, but you can usually tell that they, at least know what's going on, they know what combos are going to happen, and so they're going to play it in a certain way. That means that they are probably, putting something together behind the scenes. Whereas if somebody's brand new to the game, even if, they had two pieces of a combo sitting in front of them, they may not know it is it. So that may not be a threat yet if they haven't caught on.
The biggest thing is that words are always a free action. Don't be afraid to talk to your opponents and try to
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't like the term fishing, but fish for information. Hey, that's pretty spooky. Does anyone have a way of stopping it, or does anyone have a way of killing it? And then you don't have to deal with the threats directly, but you can still bring up that conversation and kind of learn what other people might have available to them.
Yeah.
Right. Malthound Malthound is a Magic creator that makes funny videos talking about different commanders, mostly comedy sketches, but he made a great video talking about not being the guy that calls people out all the time, because you can get kind of a thing oh, this guy's just going to call out everything all the time. And he said basically just be overly enthusiastic about the things they're doing. I'm like, whoa, an 8/8 with Annihilator 2? dude,
That's so cool.
sick. And then you being hype about it will get attention on it, and people will go, "Oh, I need to pay attention to that."
8-8
So-
Annihilator 2. That's pretty scary.
Right.
You
That's a good
Popper
move.
legal too. I think that's actually just got Annihilator 1, but still, yeah, you can get people's attention without necessarily going, this is the threat. You
Yeah.
gotta get
Yeah.
creative with it.
Yeah, you can be a positive influence without making too much attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Threat assessment is hard.
It is. I'm not good
Ever
at
on
it all the
changing.
time, but I'll get better, hopefully.
Someday.
Someday. All right. The next question we have comes from, I believe, Garrett again. He wants to know what our favorite color combinations are to play, and our least favorite is to play, as well as to play against. So basically, like, what do you love playing, what do you hate playing, and what do you love and hate playing against? Zach, what's yours? Let's start with what's your favorite color combination to play and your least favorite color combination to play.
I have a major soft spot for Boros, so red-white in my heart, because first
Yes.
deck like I ever really played was a red-white deck back in high school
I
that
hated
ran
it.
every cool Boros card that I could think of, and then 4 copies of Safe Haven, 4 copies of Riot Control, just every prevent all combat damage, do something.
Yeah,
And it was just
I
like
remember that deck.
a fun deck that nobody liked playing against, but
it was
we
so annoying.
only really won with combat damage in that time, so
Yeah.
so it always has a little bit of a soft spot in my heart, but red white's a little bit tough because it doesn't have a lot outside of just make a lot of creatures, do combat, equipment, and there's not a lot of design space outside of that, and so it's hard to get a unique red white deck. And I feel like I've definitely gone more into the blue side of things of what I like to play. I like having ways to draw cards, ways to interact with the table. I feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Least favorite cards or colors to play is probably red, blue. The storm count, keeping track of the stack when it gets really big, is just so much work and too much brain power for me. So I don't want to worry about it. I just want to play my game, focus on the things I want to care about.
Yeah, that's very fair. Nate, what about you? Favorite colors and least favorite colors to play?
Well, it's probably gonna be a surprise to nobody, but my favorite colors to play are Simic Plus, so blue green, and
Yeah.
then plus anything else. So I love the card draw, the mana ramp that you get with blue green, and then the other colors add to what the game plan is on what I'm going for with the blue green at the base. Colors I don't like playing. I have found that I am not the biggest fan of just hard Rakdos. There's some notable exceptions that I like to play, but for the most part, but no, Rakdos tends to be Staxy colors. It tends to be I'm going to use my own guys for stuff, which can be fun from time to time, but they're the ones
Life
I
is a
don't really like
resource.
playing.
You're
Yeah.
using it.
Yeah. Playing against, I kind of agree with the is it for the most part, mostly because a lot of people who play Storm decks, they can just hit a wall and stop and not be
Yeah.
able to win. And you have to kind of let them go for 20 minutes to
To see if they
see
hit
if
a
they're going to
wall.
win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they
And
don't
then
put
if
the
they hit a
time to
wall,
learn how their stack resolves, or how to keep track of it well for everyone to understand.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I love Storm, but it is definitely I understand why it's frustrating, right? Because you watch somebody play for 10 minutes on their turn and you're expecting something big to happen, and occasionally nothing happens. And the rest of the players are like, you just wasted 10 minutes of this game spinning your wheels. We are going to kill you, not because we think you're a threat, but because we're tired of you and we want more time to play. So I get why
But I
isn't
look
isn't
cute
fun to
doing
play
it.
it.
But
Do
I look
they?
cute doing
Do
it.
they?
You do
I
look
look
cute.
doing it.
You do, Zach, but
Only when Zach does it.
yeah, others not so
Oh my
much.
God, stop it, you. That's a shout out for Steve Brown.
No, I think ironically, I think my favorite color to play is blue-red. I love that stuff.
All right, get him out of here. Back it up. Get him out of here.
I'm sorry. I love Storm. I love chaining together spells, watching the stat get big, watching my life total go high from an Aetherflux Reservoir. It's too fun. I love doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like seeing that stack get big, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
We like them big stacks.
You like the mixed sacks, huh?
my least favorite color combination to play, I have found that I cannot make black-white work. I've tried a number of black-white decks, and I just
Yeah.
nothing I do works with them. I have
If you're not doing aristocrats, you're not doing
yeah,
anything.
and it's just like I don't want to play basic black-white aristocrats. I've got other stuff I want to try in black-white. But it just never works out for me, and I never feel like I'm doing anything when I play that color combination. So it's not
That's
my
fair.
thing. No,
All right, I got one. I hate 5 colors with a passion. I cannot. I hate playing it because I hate having to keep track of what colors of mana I have or which colors of mana I need.
yep. See,
That's the color combo I hate playing.
I
Absolutely hate it.
Zach, I love you. That's a skill issue. Like if you're gonna play a 5-color
Absolutely,
deck,
100% it is.
if you're gonna play a
It doesn't mean
5-color
I hate
deck,
it any less.
you gotta be building it better. Like I put World Tree in all my 5-color decks because I know that single land just fixes my mana permanently after a certain point. Just takes away my thought process. I also, not everyone has this. Maybe you can proxy it, but I have all 10 shocks and all 10 fetches in my 5-color decks. So no matter what colors I'm
all
eating,
10 dual lands. OG dual lands.
I wish.
Yep.
No.
There you go.
But yeah, you gotta make your mana bases better. You gotta plan for what you're grabbing with your ramp, and you gotta know what the colors you're gonna need are. But yeah, that's a skill issue.
Yeah, you can play that chromatic lantern that so many people think is bad, but I've had save me in so many games playing 4 and 5 color.
No, I still think
I
it's
see
worth
the
it.
argument for it's bad, but I think it's still good. It's a good budget color fixing card.
No, I think
absolutely.
it's perfectly fine. Yeah. Fight me, Josh Lee Kwai. I think it's a great card.
The battle of the
On
Joshes.
Monday, the battle of the Joshes. Monday.
I'll take him.
In this corner. For value.
Right. That's a good one. All right. Let's see.
What's the color you don't like playing against though, Josh? Is it?
Yeah. Is it also? Is it?
No.
Is it?
No, I don't mind playing. I don't mind an is it deck going off in front of me, even if they whiff, because it's just like living vicariously through them and being like, oh, that's so cool. Okay, now it's gonna chain to that. Oh, and you're gonna copy that. Oh, here we go. Oh, all right. Well, you didn't make it, but that was cool to watch. And like, I don't know. I still don't mind that.
He flipped 14 coins. That was cool.
Honestly, my least favorite and most frustrating decks to play against are Reanimator, mostly like black-green stuff, because it's so annoying to spend all my resources on killing their problem creatures just for them to spend less resources and say, nah, it comes back. It's like, man, just
now
let
it only
it
costs
die.
1 mana.
Yeah, just let it die, okay? I'm trying so hard here to be a responsible Magic player. Remove your threats so we all can play the game, and you're just out here reanimating bodies like Frankenstein wishes, alright? Like, just chill.
Yeah, Frankenstein wishes he was that good at reanimating bodies.
Yeah, no.
They can't chill because the bodies weren't even dead enough for them to be on ice. They just came back right after.
I know, it was still warm. No,
yeah.
I don't like Reanimator. I don't like playing against black-green because nothing dies, and it's so annoying.
There are a lot of good green-black cards that reanimate things. They're like mass reanimate.
So many.
Like, it's really good.
It's not fair.
Especially if you have like some way of discarding or milling your deck.
Well, yeah, and then you got the new dragon that like if you mill cards, you just get to reanimate one immediately.
This is free real estate.
Any other color combinations you guys hate playing against?
Nadu.
Just Nadu in general.
Yep, he's a color combo. I hate him. I don't want to play against him. Don't want to see him. Yeah, get that guy out of here.
He's banned. We don't have to worry about him.
He's on the naughty list.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Next question we're going to get to. So we were thinking about this before the show, and we wanted to talk a little bit about the planes we want to see visited or revisited and why, right? Either new planes that have been talked about but never given a great showing, or old planes that we just, are near and dear to our hearts. So for me, I'm always going to say I want to keep revisiting Theros.
Oh, wait.
No, we're done with Ravnica. I'm done. No, Theros. Theros was my first set. It was, it's near and dear to my heart. I love it. I love the Greek mythology of it all. I love the enchantments theme that it has going for it. It's such a fun set. The couple times we've seen it, yeah, I feel like it has just really provided some absolute incredible cards to the format, to all formats, really. We get the gods, who have
Absolutely.
been really fun commanders. We get cards like Shadow Spear, has become a commander staple for a lot of people. And the most recent Theros set, Theros Beyond Death, gave us both Thassa's Oracle and Underworld Breach, which created the top 2 win conditions in CEDH. So, like, Theros has always come out with just such great cards. And, not even, like, in a broken ban at all kind of way. These cards have just been, like, really good.
It's good.
Yeah, I really like Theros. If I could have a backup plane to visit instead, I would also say Amonkhet. I love the plane. I loved the Bolas theme of it. I know now that it's kind of Bolas-free zone, but I still would love to see kind of how the people are getting along now without Bolas, without anything like that, and seeing what the new gods of Amonkhet are doing, and see the story of what's going on there.
Maybe it's just like God. I mean,
it's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah, it just sounds like gods.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I do.
I am interested with like Theros, with like how the storyline of like the Phyrexians and like how that changed the plane, and how like their devotion to a certain person makes them a god. Like there's so much you can explore there.
Yes.
And how they just like, we're gonna complete a god by completing enough of his worshippers.
Yeah, like if all these people who worship this god are infected with the oil, the god's now infected with the oil. Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
like
it was so
what
cool.
else can you do by like manipulating the devotion of the peons? Like
I mean, the very first Theros block was all about Xenagos, a random satyr planeswalker who just loved to party. He's like, I'm gonna become the god of parties by throwing the biggest rager anyone has ever seen. And that was the whole set. Yeah, and then he died.
Well, it was more of
he died.
He's gonna make a fight.
That's rough, buddy.
And the fight is gonna purposely get lost, and then at the end of that fight, the people who won are gonna throw such a rager that now he is a god. So he tricked the people into making him a god by getting them to throw such a huge party.
Yep.
But like the fact that anyone can become a god based off of like your devotion to you is such an interesting idea. Like Jace could just like go there and like mind control everyone to be like, hey, I'm a god now. And, like increase his powers.
It works.
Like, how does that work?
It would cost him his spark though. As we learned from the first time they were in Theros, it would cost him his spark.
Yeah. You do kind of get stuck on Theros once you become a god. So you get god powers, but you're also there. So
that's fair. That's fair.
Ups and downs.
Or what if an Amonkhet god like comes to Theros and like their devotion like how does that work?
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
What about you?
Yeah, no, Theros pretty cool plane.
Zach, where do you want to see next?
I want more Ikoria.
Really?
Give me the big Godzilla-like monsters. Tell me what the Ozolith does. Give me more of like the humans bonding with the creatures. I love it.
Give me more How to Train Your Dragon.
Exactly.
How
so
to Train
good.
Your Dragon meets Monster Hunter.
Like, Mutate was a really unique thing.
Yep.
Like it was cool mechanics, cool ideas, cool playing. Humans versus monsters. Some humans bond with the monsters. Like it's just we got Winota, we got Kinnan. So many good characters.
It was cool.
We got Luca, but like Luca, who cares about Luca?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
He died. He's fine.
But like, it's just such a cool plane of like, where do these creatures come from? What like makes them want to be better and like mutate? What does the Ozolith do? What's the whole point?
Yeah,
it's just really fascinating stuff.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Absolutely. That
Nathaniel,
makes a lot of
what
sense.
about you?
Me? Oh man. So I want to go back to Alara. So Alara,
take it back.
We had Shards of Alara where something happened a long time ago, and it got split into wedges. So those are the 3 colors that are next to each other. So you had a blue, black, white shard, and that's where we get a lot of the names: Bant, Grixis.
Yeah, that's like the set that defines 3 colors, right?
Yeah. That's the original one that defined it. I think they tried to redo it with some other places, but No. We stick with the Alara ones. So you had Alara, shards of Alara back when they were doing blocks. Then you had Conflux, where the worlds start coming together. And then you had Alara Reborn, which was probably one of the most unique set ideas that I've ever seen. Every card in the set
baby.
is gold.
Yeah, it didn't.
Every Alara Reborn card is multicolor. It wasn't like the best idea, but it was
did
super
There was
unique.
no
It did not work out well.
monocolored cards.
Yeah, but no
There was
monocolored.
no. Every single card
You got to
in
swing. You know?
Alara
Take a
Reborn was
swing.
gold. It was pretty fun. They
High
did
school
have,
Zack would have thought that was the strongest set ever. Just saying.
yeah. They did have border posts, which are a fun little side thing that was a weird like mana rocks that are can be fun in some spots. But after Alara has been reborn, we haven't been back, and we've only seen a little bit of stuff that's gone on there. Like Shardless Agent is one of the few cards that we've seen that
Mentioned Alara.
that is a Alara Reborn thing, because it is blue-green, but the guy's got Ethereum on him. So he's got the metal parts of his body, which is not a thing he would have had with green beforehand, mostly because that was only in Bant. And Bant was all about Exalted. And Shardless Agent clearly is like some kind of like assassin thing. He's got more of an Esper side to him. So
Yeah.
I just want to go back
would
and I
you-
want to see what happens with all these different shards meshing together and doing their different things.
Thought Storm. What would you want to see from Alara Reborn? Like what where do you think they're moving with it, or where do you think they would go with it?
So I feel like they would probably do more stuff like Shardless Agent and Brea. I would like to see if we do go back. I want Magic to be less commander focused, because I think it hurts commander on top of hurting other formats. But I would love
Agreed.
to see Alara show up and then have different characters or people related to different characters be new 4-color commanders. So
I do feel like
the
the 4-color
colors.
commander space is pretty limited right now.
Yeah.
There's hardly any choices. The most we have are for Blacklist. Like those are I think we have like 4 different options for Blacklist now, with Omnath, Kaine, the guys from the 4-color set.
Yeah, Knives and Tiro.
Yeah, those guys. I always forget their names. And then you have Aragorn. So there's at least 3 that are actually like those colors, and then obviously partners. So maybe it's only 3, but that's more than basically any other option has.
Yeah.
So I would love to see more of those pop up, and you could do it where, hey, what happens when you have a Bant Angel that's all about like order and legion and stuff gets corrupted by black mana, and now they're like, you don't get to leave the legion even if you die.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
There'd be so many cool things you could do by just having the main theme that they had from the first time around, and then changing it with one of the other colors, adding in a color that's
just like
not part of
adding
their
one.
wedge. Yeah.
That would be cool.
And that could even be the commander product that goes along with it, so it's not part of the main set.
Oh, easily.
But I want to see how they mix. I want to see the shards mix together and the crazy stuff that happens when these different, very regimented groups are kind of forced together because they're all in one plane again.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see. I would definitely be interested to see more of what they can do with the world of Alara. It's got some of like my favorite pet cards as well in there. Like Prince of Thralls is an old card that I just love. It is expensive. It's 4, a blue, 2 black, and a red, so 8 mana. But it says whenever a permanent an opponent controls is put into a graveyard, put that card into play under your control unless that opponent pays 3 life. So if something dies, it's yours. If they sacrifice something, it's yours. It's just such a cool little card. And Alara has so many neat designs, and I would love to see more from it, you know?
Yeah.
Shout out Child of Alara, my little baby boy reaching out, being born.
Exploding everything.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. No, it's just they had a cool design. Some of the mechanics were a little bit weaker, like Naya's wasn't too great, all about 5 power or greater, but like Bant and Grixis and why am I playing Esper? I particularly loved Esper. I loved the people infused with metal that they had going on with that shard. That's probably my favorite shard out of all of them.
Esper Sentinel, classic.
Yep.
Not from
Esper
the set,
Sentinel is one of the newer cards that have been doing. I think that's also another one that's kind of like
from Alara?
He is from Alara, but he's not
But it's
from
not
the
like an
original
alert
artist.
card. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think he is another one of the crossovers because he feels very Bant, where he feels like the Bant's more about like the rule of law and stuff, whereas in
Yeah.
Esper is more about like I'm gonna be sneaky and I'm gonna get like it's more of the sneaky side of White and that kind of stuff. So Esper Sentinel feels like it is a Bant soldier who got Ethereum on them.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
But yeah, even though it's got the name Esper Sentinel. So.
It's right there in the name. How could it not be Esper Sentinel? I mean,
yeah. All right. The last question is from me, and I just wanted to throw in a quick little Christmas thought.
It's Christmas.
So Christmas is now over, but I wanted to get one last Christmas question in, and I just wanted to ask if, like, Chandra was going to try to leave cookies for Santa Claus, what do you think she'd make? What kind of cookies do you think each of the various magic characters would try to make for Santa Claus? And how well do you think that'd turn out for them?
Burnt cookies for Sean. They'd just be burnt.
Oh, I think she'd probably try and add some spice in there.
Like a chili chocolate chip?
Yeah. Like a spicy
No,
chocolate
just
chip.
chili.
But yeah, overdid the chili. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I picture...
if Santa's not breathing fire.
Yeah,
not doing it right.
I picture her and Nissa attempting to cook together, and she's just like trying to put some chili powder in, and the top comes off while the mixer is running, and so it just mixes in all the super spicy chili powder.
Right, and she missed it because she's got eyes on Nissa.
Yep, and Nissa is just like, oh, I'm sure it'll taste fine, and pretends that it tastes delicious, but Nissa is just also kind of the person who makes those disgusting vegan cookies with, like, no sugar, no egg, no dairy, no happiness in them, and they're just gross.
Wow, going on vegans harder, Josh.
I will. Okay.
Yeah, right. All vegans rise up right now. This is your moment.
Good luck with what protein.
To be fair, I do agree with you. Vegan food is not great.
There is no.
I'm all for letting people.
It is different for sure.
There's no joy.
There's no love.
Once you have
vegan
sugar,
food.
it's hard to
There's
go
no love.
away.
If
sugar is a drug, change my mind.
It's not even about the sugar.
If you like your veggies, it's fine.
It's not even about the sugar to me. It's just about. They don't have egg, they don't have dairy, they don't got anything good that, like, can hold it together. Vegan food's not good, man. I'm sorry. Vegans, if it's for a dietary restriction, like a medical reason, fine. I'm sorry, but I get it. If you're doing it
That's
because,
rough, buddy.
quote, the environment, grow up, have an egg, alright? Like, it's not gonna kill you, and it's not gonna make anything worse.
Cancel this guy right now.
Yeah, okay.
Random tangent that you should probably cut out just for the sake of time. My thing that I find the funniest with vegans is the not liking using honey because they think it's stealing the work of bees. Bees make extra honey because we treat them good.
Yeah.
Like, they're actually like, please take the honey. You
like, I made this for you.
An environment.
I made this for you.
Thrive. Take the honey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't get that one at all.
Hot Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I don't get it either.
Yeah.
I would love to see Nicole Bolas and Ugin making cookies together or giving each other presents.
Interesting.
I think that'd be cute. I don't think they would. I don't know. Maybe with his brainwash and his mind not there, Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe Nicole
Bolas
would.
Ugin would absolutely try to make he would try to make good cookies. Mm-hmm. I think Bolas would be the kind of person who's like, oh, here you go, here's the sugar, and it's like not sugar, it's like cocaine or something, right? It's just like absolutely wrong. And Ugin just is like, no, Bolas, he's just like, put that back, we need the actual sugar. And Bolas is like begrudgingly like, okay, fine, and he like gives him the right stuff. I think Ajani is not making cookies for people at all. He's making like those pet-friendly biscuits or whatever.
He's making those little like doggy bags for like the pets.
He's making them for the reindeer. He doesn't care about Santa. He's making them for the reindeer.
That's fair. I'm trying to think of other planeswalkers. I think Jace would run out of time to make cookies because he'd be trying to come up with like the perfect recipe, and he just would run out of time and not actually finish making cookies.
He'd put up an illusion of cookies.
Too focused on planning it. Yeah, he'd be too busy planning it that he never actually made the cookies. And he's like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, I was
supposed to make the cookies.
He just put up an illusion of cookies and hoped Santa didn't actually go for them.
Right.
And then,
one of the last
making his mind think that he ate the cookies.
Yep.
Yeah, Jace is going to like wait all night long and catch Santa and be like, you ate the cookies and they were delicious.
He would probably try to trap Santa. was a little trap.
Yeah.
Probably.
Loot would eat the cookies before they were even set out for Santa.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah, they'd be like, all right.
The cookies would have been made and already eaten by him.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Vraska would make good cookies.
Honestly,
I think Vraska
probably.
would.
Yeah.
100%.
Who do you think would make the best cookies, though?
Probably Huatli
Sahili.
and Sahili.
You think
Yeah,
they
I
make
feel like
pretty
they
good
work
cookies?
He's already
well
like a
together.
master
Yeah.
an Archmancer or whatever. Like,
Like they both have shown that they're like, hey, I'm gonna work off your other person's. Like we saw Huatli going and being like, cool, I'm gonna make robots because my lady likes robots, and then we say
they're gonna be based on dinosaurs.
I can't make dinosaurs, but I can make cool robot dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
I feel like they
think
would work great together to make cookies.
They wouldn't make good cookies, but they would kill at gingerbread houses.
Oh,
true that.
yeah,
they
dude.
would kill at a gingerbread house.
Their gingerbread house would look better than my actual house. And I could probably
It's like
live in
literally
it
a
just
house.
the same.
Like you
yeah.
could live in
Yeah,
that gingerbread.
it
yeah.
might be bigger too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And then a dinosaur would probably eat it, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of like a grandma character. We don't really have like we had Jaya, and then Jaya's dead.
Well, if
Yep,
she was alive,
we
she'd
have-
be a great cookie person. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
True
She'd
that.
probably be pretty good.
Pia Nalar,
She would
Stranger's
have the
mom. could
actual
cook-
spicy cookies that are like good.
Yeah, the
Unlike
ones that Chandra was
Chandra?
trying to make.
Yeah. The she got the recipe from Jaya.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see Doretti making good cookies.
Doretti? The
Yeah,
dude in the wheel,
Doretti.
the creepy goblin
Yeah,
dude in
the
the wheelchair?
guy.
Huh.
Yeah, he can make cookies.
Yeah.
I don't think he's making cookies. I think he's spending a year and a half making a Rube Goldberg machine to make cookies.
I
'Cause he
think
didn't
those
wanna
would
make
be
cookies
okay
himself.
cookies.
Yeah, those are gonna be
Those
good cookies.
would be like Chips Ahoy cookies. You know, not the best cookies, but like
Probably a little crunchy, too crunchy. Yeah.
yeah. If somebody's like, here's Chips Ahoy cookies, you'd be like, I'll take a couple.
Yeah, I like cookies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
Soren. I don't think Soren would make good cookies.
No, Soren's not making
much
cookies
heat.
at all.
There's no love.
No,
No.
he's too grumpy.
He's too mad.
The
He's a little
only
grumpy,
reason he
grumpy.
would make cookies is if somehow Nahiri tricked him into like, this is our fight. We're making cookies as the fight.
Yeah, it's a British bake-off.
It's British Bake Off of them making cookies in a battle. against each other.
Zendikar bake-off.
And if that
I
was the
think those would be
case,
some pretty good cookies.
and if that was the case,
And
Soren
Ripple
would then
could
make
be the
the
judge.
greatest cookies known to man, and you'd have no idea how.
Yeah.
Like he would absolutely
He's cooking them
pull
in the
off all
hell bowl.
stops. Like they are just incredibly like decadent, perfect, like salted chocolate chip or something crazy, and just like the perfect cookie. And you'd be like, "How? How are you doing this?" And he's like, "I don't know."
Hatred fuels all.
Right? His spite made those cookies.
The 3 Eldrazi
Dude.
Titans will be your judges today.
Oh no!
Sometimes spite does wonders.
Yeah, spite is a great motivator. Just look at Nahiri.
Right?
True. She got accomplished a lot of things out of spite.
So
Yeah.
much.
Quite literally. Garuk wouldn't make cookies at all. He'd just smash everything.
No,
Call it a
he'd
day.
bring a like a
Garrett's-
huge slab of like meat.
He's in charge of frosting, and it's not going well. He's
No,
just kind of
not
dipping
going
his. He picks up a sugar cookie, he dips his hand into the frosting and smears it across the cookie, and then puts it down. And everyone just looks at him like, "You can use a piping bag," and he's like, "But I have a hand," and they just leave it at
I
that.
have my axe.
Exactly.
Why use hand
Yeah.
when I have axe?
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for the questions for today. Do you guys have anything you want to shout out that you've been doing, working on lately in this last week?
I mean, I changed the plans for what I'm doing for my sister for Christmas with the whole thing I've talked about before, how we make presents.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to
Okay.
make some cool butterfly thing that has actual flapping wings, I thought of something that she'd like a whole lot better. She
right.
has a little teddy bear that's like I don't know if you've ever seen somebody who just has like basically just a little stuffed animal that they have in their bag with them that they kind of just carry
Yep.
around.
It's just their thing. Their little guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
their little guy. She
I
has
feel
a
that.
little guy, and his name is Tubby. And so I am
Cute.
making a Book Nook bedroom for him. And so that way she can put it on her shelf at college. And when she's at home, she can put him in there and he can be safe.
Aw.
And
That's
so I
awesome.
just made his mattress most of the way before the call. So it's a fun thing. I
That's
don't
really
think
cool.
it's going to be a super intense bedroom, but it'll be a fun thing.
A little bedroom.
Yeah, I love that.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
I was talking a little bit before the call, but I just put together my PC. I just put in the new upgrades. So hopefully it'll be cooled properly and I can run it. We'll see. I'm gonna try to play some games
He's a
after
cool
this
cat
and
now.
see if it falls apart. But I also put together the Lego Game Boy set based off of the original Nintendo Game Boy. It is the coolest thing that I have put together, and I love. It came together pretty quick, maybe about an hour, hour and a half. But yeah, it's got so much like little details and features in it that it makes this like one of the most compact and fun builds I've done in a long time. Like I've done a lot of visual builds like the botanicals collection and things like that, and I love the detail and design to them. But this one has so many things that like move and the buttons work and all these different details that like you can actually play and mess around with. And I just found that so cool and so unique, and I love it.
That's great.
Yeah,
that
that is
actually reminded
cool.
me of one of those botanical sets. I think it's a rose one, or it's another one of the flowers. You could actually just reuse the set to make a demigorgon from Stranger Things.
Incredible.
I
Yeah,
think that's pretty
that's
hilarious.
Well, the orchid set, one of the orchid sets I have, used a Demogorgon head recolored as an orchid bloom.
That might be what it was.
Yeah,
Is they just took that set and they're like, here's a demigorgon.
yeah, it's really fun. I love Legos. They've got some really cool sets.
They are
I
fantastic.
need to rebuild Rivendell at some point, but
Yeah.
it takes
Without it, the people will fall.
it takes so long, guys. Like with help,
I mean,
with two of us working
yes.
on it, the extended editions finished before we did. And that was when they were in nice, neat little bags. I've torn them down to pieces, and I have to rebuild it with just a bag of pieces and the instructions. So it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to do,
Back to old school Legos.
honestly.
Like new bag, new younger kids, you don't know how good you have it. Back in my day, we didn't used to have numbered bags. It's just all in the box, and you had to dump them out and find the pieces.
And you're not building it right if at some point you don't stop and go, I think they forgot this piece.
Yep.
Yeah, this piece wasn't in this bag.
Yeah, no, I want to get Barad-dûr. I want the big eye tower.
Yeah, I need that one still.
Yep, that's one I want to get. I will probably get it once I get the extra bookshelves out of my office and get an entertainment center in there, and then I can leave one of the sides for displaying the tower.
Yeah. Yeah, it needs a big space. It's huge, but it's so worth it. It's so cool.
It's either that or I'll live in my bedroom. One of the two.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Zach,
I don't have a lot in my bedroom.
Yeah. Zach, what are you up to?
So for Christmas I got my brother some artwork done of him in like a Jurassic Park style with his little dinosaurs.
I saw that. You posted that.
I'm gonna try to make a card out of the art as well, so he has like a commander card with like his likeness and dinosaurs on it. So
you could do cool. If you want to do one that not a lot of people do that works for dinosaurs, you could do the Watley that transforms into the Saga.
Ooh, that's true. The new one.
Yeah, and that's
new like Ixalan was like 2 years ago or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But that would be that one could work pretty good as a commander, and if you wanted to have it be a more unique one, Pantlossa is the easy one.
I like the alternate from Pantlossa, the one where it's like if a creature being dealt damage causes a trigger of it to happen, it happens again, and then you can pay mana to have your creatures fight each other. And yeah, I think that one could be pretty interesting.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, so I gotta decide what card I want to make for him. But
yeah, is he still playing? Really I haven't talked to him forever. Does he still play Magic at all?
Yeah, he plays. He's got a few decks built.
Okay,
he's not as serious as we are, but he still plays quite a bit. So
yeah.
In worst case, I'm gonna print it off, print it on a canvas, and then have it sent to him so he can hang it up in his home. So
is Jurassic Park one of his favorite movies?
Yes.
Yeah, he loves Jurassic Park. So
yeah, I remember that.
I was like, this will be perfect. Yeah, hopefully he likes it.
Yeah,
I don't see why not. But
it looks really good.
I don't see why not.
All right.
Nice.
Well, I think that'll do it for us this week. We hope you all had a Merry Christmas. We hope you appreciated today's episode and the special music that we have going on today. That music was done by Steve Brown. If you like his music, head on over to his website at
I don't just like it.
stevebrownsongs.com.
I love it.
Honestly, it's incredible. I called him on like Thursday and asked if he'd be willing to do it, and by like Saturday he had it to us. It was just such a quick turnaround. It was wonderful. If you like the art on the podcast, that art is done by Shadow Eclopex. You can find his work at the link in the description. You can find us on social media on X, Instagram, and Blue Sky under Manabonded. If you like what you're listening to, leave us a 5-star review on the app that you're listening and leave a comment about your favorite moments, the cookies you like to make around Christmas time, stuff like that, right? Just engage with the podcast because that means more people can see it, more people can find it, and we can reach more people and answer more questions for you guys. We have a ton of fun doing this podcast every single week, and it's all thanks to listeners like you who help submit questions for us to answer, and we're always grateful for the work that you guys put in to help us do our work here.
Yep, and hopefully we'll have a link tree soon, so it'll be a little bit easier to find all our socials.
Yeah.
I am working on getting that set up.
All right, look forward to that. All right, but that'll do it for us this week, guys. Like we said, we hope you had a wonderful Christmas and have a happy New Year. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye!
Happy holidays, cutie patooties. That is true.
Absolutely. True,
I think another thing is choo-choo, my train of thought has left the station.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm kind of getting there. I have some serious brain fog going on right now. I'm really trying to fight it, guys. Ugh.
Take a sip of my Monster Energy. # not sponsored. Please sponsor us.
We're not getting sponsored by Monster.
Delicious and nutritious, filled with
Definitely
vitamin B.
So not nutritious, dude.
Josh, you're ruining it for us.
Yeah, this is
Oh, speaking of dragons, I had the dream happen this weekend while playing with my family.
Oh yeah.
I had, let's see, it got to the point I had so much stuff on the board. I had a Kindred Discovery in play and a Temur Ascendancy in play, so all my dragons entering were giving me 2 cards. I played 2 dragons. I drew like 4 cards, and one of them was Hellkite Courser, so I put my Ur-Dragon into play, and then I swung with all of them, which drew me 4 cards from Kindred Discovery, and then 4 cards from the Ur-Dragon, and in those 8 cards, I found my Draco Genesis, so I put that into play for free. And we go to the second main phase. I have like 20 plus mana floating from Clouth, and I'm just like, I don't need it, because check this out. I play Scourge of Valkus, the one that deals damage to everybody equal to the number of dragons I have that enter.
Yeah.
I played that, and then I'm like, guys, I only have 1 dragon left, and I play my Tiamat from hand. And I just go get
like, oops, 4 dragons.
I got the dragon doubler, I got the dragon damage doubler, and I got the one that like makes dragons when dragons enter, and I don't know, 2 other random ones. It was I won on the spot.
Yeah.
It was
that is
gross.
That is like
there was no dragon on in that game.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was a very quick game. Anyway, brain fog makes it so hard to be funny, guys.
Hey man, I hear you there.
I'm trying so hard. I am.
I am very, very familiar with brain fog.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I'm just like sitting there like blanking out while you guys are talking, and I'm like, no, I have to be awake. I have to be aware. We have to be funny.